Now, you can't see this headline and then not make a video talking about it because it's equally scary and hilarious. YouTuber who visits most dangerous places on Earth has been captured by the Taliban, aka play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Now, this is a comment I'd like to highlight from Slumdoge Millionaire. At least we know his content is real. Subscribed. Perfect. Now, if you don't know who this dude is, it's Lord Miles. He has a YouTube channel, 65,000 subscribers, not incredibly popular. But the only reason I knew he existed in the first place was due to this. I was following it at the time, basically during the fall of Kabul after, everyone pulled out of Afghanistan. There were some people that were stuck there, and he was one of them. And he documented his being stuck there the entire time on the internet, posting Twitch videos, posting on 4chan, things like that. Of course he did. And they also interviewed him, why were you even in Afghanistan in the first place? And he said, I kind of thought, what's the most fun country I could go to that isn't boring? As in, there's some excitement in there, and it's different, he said. I don't want to go to London or even Spain. I googled the 10 most dangerous countries in the world, and then I used that as a shopping list. At the top was Afghanistan. I messaged some people, watched some YouTube videos, and thought, this stuff's alright. I thought as the UK and the US are still there, it's got to be pretty safe. I thought goofing off in Afghanistan sounds good. Of course, wasn't pretty safe, and then they left, and he was stuck there. I like the risk. I'm a banker, so it makes sense, the physics student and summer finance intern told the paper. I hate lying around on a beach, so I wanted to do something a little bit different. After graduating, I'll have a full-time job and maybe a family, so I won't have the opportunity to do things like this again. Or maybe you'll die, and then you won't have the opportunity to do this again because you'll have won the ultimate stupid prize. So, of course, he got internet famous from this and managed to escape from Afghanistan the first time. But then he decided, as all people do on social media, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and I'm going to just repeatedly do the same thing. So I'm going to go to Ukraine as Russia are invading. I'm going to go to places I shouldn't be. I'm going to illegally cross borders of countries, climb over walls in Mexico, go back to Afghanistan and go shooting with the Taliban, join a parade in Afghanistan, get kidnapped in Kenya, and just generally, things that most people tend not to do, which is, if that's your choice and your decision in life, cool, I guess. It's interesting content because obviously I'm not going to go do that. I'd rather watch somebody else do it than, risk my own life. But I guess he's found his purpose until, unfortunately, he's now been captured by the Taliban. And maybe because he'd been there so many times, he thought, incorrectly, of course, I've got a bit of a rapport with these guys. They know me. I'm the white dude that shows up and hangs off the tanks and shoots guns with them and records them. And I've seen other videos of people going to Afghanistan and having a similar experience. They go around, they film, they get stopped at checkpoints repeatedly and hope that their interpreter can explain, yeah, they're just doing this for YouTube clout and not they're journalists. Please don't kidnap them. Get guns pointed at them all the time. Really just great things. But as we can read here from the Vice article, before he's captured by the Taliban, the danger tourist was complaining about the soy in his food while boarding a flight to Afghanistan. With those goddamn soy boys. The Taliban has detained 3 British nationals in Afghanistan, including infamous edgelord shitposter Lord Miles Routledge. With this news comes a good time to revisit his story since he burst onto the scene as a war tourist who barely escaped Afghanistan during the fall of Kabul in 2021. After fleeing the country, he has largely become a Twitter shitposter who has compared Brooklyn to Afghanistan and has also published a book about his time in Afghanistan with Antelope Hill, a company that also publishes fascist and white supremacist literature. Now, I have no opinion on this. I don't know who the fuck Antelope Hill is. This is not the point of the article. Some people are going to show up in the comments, forever online, American-obsessed fucking political commentators in comment sections, and they're going to say, why are you talking about this? Oh, no, it's Vice. It's just an article for context. Don't read into it too much. I can't confirm any of this. I have no opinion on it. It's irrelevant to the story. I don't give a fuck what he publishes. Routledge was detained by officers of the Taliban's General Directorate of Intelligence, the GDI. Where's Nod? On January 11th, along with Routledge, the GDI arrested volunteer medic Kevin Cornwell and another unidentified hotel manager. All 3 are UK citizens. We're working hard to secure consular contact with British nationals detained in Afghanistan, and we are supporting families, a spokesperson for Britain's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Officer told Reuters. Now, of course, I just want to say, before I go into a tirade about, the problems with this, I don't want bad things to happen to people generally. I just want to live my life. I want other people to live their life. And as long as they're not hurting anybody, cool, live and let live. That is essentially my philosophy. As long as you're not annoying me in any kind of way, as long as you're not harming other people, then do whatever you want. So I hope bad things don't happen to these people, as well as this guy. But I do have to say, I don't like people that do things like this for one big reason, which is, whenever you do something that other people are then responsible for your safety and anything that you do in that area, such as the British Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office that are now trying to rescue you, spending resources that could be used for people who were doing something in a legit manner in somewhere else, not trying to just get famous with internet clicks, for purposefully putting yourself in dangerous situations. You're essentially wasting everybody's time, everybody's money, and just making many other people's lives difficult. So I have no sympathy for you whatsoever if anything does happen to you, because while it does suck, and I'd hate for that to happen, just in general as my ethos in life, I also think, personal responsibility is a big thing, and you are literally fucking over other people by doing this, and you're doing it because you just want some shits and giggles in your life and to post on the internet. Routledge is not the world's most sympathetic figure. He's been posting about his experiences on 4chan, YouTube and Twitter for years. Going into a country, acting like an asshole and getting harassed by the local authorities is his entire... Okay, I have much less sympathy now. Oh, so they just link his YouTube video, so this is not actually like a clip of him acting like an asshole. He's published videos about being arrested in Kenya, sneaking across the EU border, and cosplaying as a homeless person by living on the streets of New York City for a whopping 48 hours. 6 months ago, Routledge posted a video purporting to show him buying a gun in a market in Afghanistan and shooting it with members of the Taliban. In another video, he joined a Taliban parade on the anniversary of the fall of Kabul. Routledge claimed to be the last person to enter Afghanistan on a tourist visa before the fall in 2021. He turned the experience into a 169-page book that's filled with memes and 4chan shibboleths. He said his visa required a personal statement explaining why he was entering the country. My response was simply an A4 sheet of paper with only the word fun written on it. It was accepted without question, he said in his book. I was ready for my very own white boy summer. Yeah, so the more I read this, the less and less I have any remaining sympathy, even though the bar was very, very low. But at the same time, if the UK turned around and put forward an A4 piece of paper as to why they're not going to try and, get him out of the country and just wrote no, or, fuck around and find out, something like that, I think that would be poetic in a way, because you did this to yourself entirely. The book, called Lord Miles in Afghanistan, was published by Anthropill. We're not going to go over this again because it has no bearing on the story whatsoever. In addition to Routledge's memoirs, again, it's still just going over that. In his book, Routledge leaves no doubt that he is not a sympathetic character, in case there was any question. He described rewatching American Psycho, something he described as a sacred male experience. While waiting at the airport for his plane into Afghanistan, Routledge ordered food from a fast food restaurant at the terminal, but made a point of not eating it. The fast food was likely a greater danger to my health than any place I might be heading to. At least in Afghanistan, everything didn't have soy in it, he said, a reference to a 2018-era online conservative meme. Terrified of that soy. He's terrified he ingests a little bit too much soy. He becomes a soy boy. In his video of hanging out with the Taliban and shooting a rifle, Routledge tells his driver that the United Nations is the Antichrist. In England, we joked that the UN are the devils, the Antichrist, he said before turning to the camera to grin. If you say that you hate the Antichrist, they will hunt you down somewhere. I am from the UK, I'm from England. I've never once heard anybody say the UN are the devils or the Antichrist. This guy seems thoroughly unhinged. So there we go. This was updated on the 4th of April. I do believe he's still currently captured by the Taliban. I'm sure he'll be okay. I'm sure the Taliban are very reasonable people, and he'll be released in due time. Back to making videos. He'll probably stay there and record some videos doing some other things. There we go. Funny story, the moral of which, don't go to Afghanistan. Life is not a movie. You may think you're the main character, but you're just a fucking idiot. Thanks. See you next time. Peace out.